the conversations have to start in the locker room. Because if this conversation is happening in every locker room about race, think about it. If every team that we know on every level, from kids who are 5 years old to the pros, are open to talk about race in the locker room, would this actually ever transition to the ice? Never. Hi, my name is Mark Burgin. I'm a hockey coach in Lower Mainland in British Columbia. Got involved in hockey probably because I had kids. I decided that, I like the sport. So once I had kids and they got involved in many sports, one of them was hockey, I felt the need that they should get involved at a very young age with them and guide them through the process. My hope in the change and visibility of hockey is that we see more kids play the sport. We see more people of color on the ice. How I can change the sport is I just have to be visible. Kids that are not black have to see me so they can see, oh, there's a black person playing hockey. Kids that are black, they can see, well, there's a guy like me. How do you really get to understand somebody and really get to know somebody if you're not in situations where you really get to meet and know people? If we share what we know, we learn more about our neighbors, we open our eyes, we listen instead of speaking, we hear. I think we really need to change the thinking of people who are watching the sport, people who are coming to the rinks and bringing their kids to the rink. Typically in hockey, what's said in the change room stays in the change room, and oftentimes if there's a dispute with players in the change room, it very seldomly gets out there. It very seldomly gets dealt with. The importance of it being in the locker room is because this is where your buddies are. This is where your most trusted friends are when you're playing on a team. We're having this conversation in the locker room because a lot of times in hockey, outside of even just race, this discussion has to happen in the locker room. It's okay to talk about somebody's race. We're all different. It's okay to talk to me about something about myself because I'm black. That doesn't mean you're a racist. But the reason we're having this conversation in the change room because there is this thick air around race and hockey that shouldn't be there. In the locker room, if we're open to talking about things that happen to be different between us, we're also the same on the inside. So for you guys, talking about this is having this conversation and you're able to bring stuff back to your locker rooms and talk openly about race. So I think just sharing this and watching players play with each other, watching them share a puck together on the ice and being teammates consistently throughout the years with hockey, I think that will help change the future. I think that will help change the mindset because kids are accepting of each other no matter what color they are. Vancouver to have 3 black guys on the Abbotsford Canucks, I think it helps the younger generation to see that if I keep playing, if I keep training, there are gateways for me to continue on and play. It's not going to get shut down. The work that I'm doing now pays off, and I can see the future in that. Do you ever think to yourself, okay, I'm a black guy playing this sport. I have to do a little better. I have to set a little better example. Like, do you ever feel that I have to be a leader and a role model here because there are people that are looking at me?
I mean, I think we talk about stuff like that all the time. Like, I think, it's okay to talk about. I feel like this is probably one of the first times I played with, 2 other, black players, at the same time. It's nice and kind of refreshing to kind of, hear out, 2 other guys, hear about what they went through, talk about, things that we can do, that's, within the game, can help us out just in the future.
I think that's the biggest thing that we need to work on moving forward is just making sure that everyone, respects each other. And I think that's really the bottom line of it. And I think it's tough for kids right now because I think it starts with generations before them, educating these parents now and helping them be better at communicating to their kids and transferring what they're learning from the alliances like the HDA and the NHL and Injustice Inclusion Program. And I think just brands that are forming now, I think it helps a lot, and it's going to go a long way in educating the older people to help translate that to their kids. I know obviously Black History Month is very important and it's a great time to celebrate us, but I think it should be all year round. I don't think it should just be one month where we're celebrating. I think it should be every week you should see someone like Bales or ourselves that are on TV, promoting, doing stuff like this, doing stuff around the community and showing that, how great and how much power we can have.
I know hockey is super expensive. Like, I was raised with a single mother, and I know she had a hard time putting me into hockey. She found ways, but I know there's other families like that, and especially people of color. So, like, you know, if we can reach out to those communities and, you know, bring out some fundraising for them so those less privileged children get to experience a game that they might love one day.
You love the game and you have to love the game first. You also are going to face things, whether it be on the ice because you're black or white. It's just like fighting for a puck. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to earn it. We need to talk more about the good things and show the positive things so that young generation can see that and see that there are positive impact that larger organizations are accepting of people of color.